So for today, I'm going to discuss po on how to become or how to gain clients while um, nasa Philippines and working from home. Let me check. Can you see my screen?
Yes po.
Okay.
Yes po.
Sige po.
Yes
So,
po.
ayan. So, right now, let me check. Nasa 500 participants po tayo. So, house rules lang po upon entry. Naka-automatic mute naman po. So, if ever, kindly just mind your mic na para hindi ma-distract yung class because it's going to be a 2-hour Zoom meeting. So, ready na ba? Ako hindi pa rin. Kinakabahan ako. Okay,
Kaya mo
let's start.
yan.
Okay, mag-start na ako. I don't want to waste your time. I know you are busy. So right now, I'm going to start with sharing my story. Wait, anong nang I did. Okay. So I'm a registered nurse way back in 2029 and graduated po and passed the exam in 2010. And wala pa akong, may bedside experience but volunteer for like 6 months at that. Then I took the risk of opening up businesses kasi as we all know, wala po naman much opportunities back then. And then okay naman, but then COVID hits us differently. And so I immediately na-realize ko po na swerte tayo kasi we're nurses. But on the flip side, kasi tayo yung, what do you call that? Yung frontliners, diba? So it's very hard for us to work as well with our family members na putting risks sa lives nila. So I really decided to transition into a work from home. So nakita ko na to matagal na can I speak like English or Tagalog? I am not really well versed in Tagalog as well. By the way, I'm from Leyte and yun, um, nag-transition pa ako into working from home. And so I realized that there's so much space po. It's just that wala pong, kumbaga, it's a matter of how you gain clients po. So right now, I'm going to try my best to let you know about how I get clients both part-time and full-time so that you can apply it as well after this Zoom or maybe while nasa Zoom meeting tayo, pwede nyo na pong i-apply sa pwede nyo pong i-open yung Facebook, yung LinkedIn, and yung Indeed, whatever work job site that you are um, always checking in. Ang importante lang po is that you really need to know the proper keywords and yung mga format po din ng resume because that's the first thing that the client um, will check out.
Yes.
Yay. Kinakabahan ako. So, first slide is on how to gain clients without NCLEX po kasi ito. So, there are roles in medical virtual VA that doesn't need nursing degree and also that doesn't need a USRN. You don't have to be a USRN. But if you're aiming to, have a better salary or mas may edge ka sa ibang ibang what do you call that? Applicants, you need to at least try to take NCLEX because remember, we're not only competing with co-Filipinos, LATAM or late Americans, and also South Africans are already into virtual nursing or medical virtual VA. So, ano po yung value ng client? So, of course, even if wala kang license, okay lang. Even if hindi ka graduate ng kahit healthcare, okay lang din as long as you have training. Or if you are a graduate but you don't have a bedside experience, that's totally fine for a beginner. And you have to have a basic medical knowledge, terminologies, most especially when it comes to medication. Pero napapag-aralan naman po lahat, di ba ba? So when I started, I am not really familiar with medications and um, kasi matagal na din akong graduate. So all you have to do is to um, be resourceful and you need to be very what you call that? You kumbaga, take ng initiative po when it comes to self-learning kasi um, everything will not be wasted naman po. When you are already, when you know na, it will, uh, alam mo na po yan. Like, mag-add up na lang po yung knowledge. And the third one is communication skills. So, di ba po when we are applying for a job, it's very important that you know how to communicate well, especially po on how do you sell your services because hindi po siya pareho ng nag-apply on-site wherein you will just hand over your resume and then yung may format lang na resume. No, parang kailangan mo siyang kailangan kang kumembot ng konti when it comes to your communication skills. You need to negotiate with your ano po salary kasi marami din pong naglo-lowball na client and we don't want that. As a nursing professional, it's very important that we know our value kasi hindi madali as a medical VA. And of course, professionalism. Working from home is very convenient to all of us because yun nga, hindi na tayo magko-commute. But professionalism means being on time, always showing up. Like wala po tayong karapatan na magtamad-tamad ganun. Kasi of all the people, kayo po na nandyan na 500, um, naka-record na po ito, Miss Camille. I approve ko lang din po. Okay. And of all the people na wala pang work from home or wala pang job, so you have to do it for them as well. Yeah, I have to be I have to keep on showing up for them na wala pang work kasi it will impact then yung it will impact the future medical VA applicants na hindi na sila kukuha sa atin because they have experienced not effective medical VAs from the Philippines. So we have to really try our best, not the everyday naman. May times na hindi tayo ganahan pag-work, but at least we show up. We show up with productive naman, hindi yung nag-ano. Kasi you will be challenged with laziness po pag naka-work from home na po kayo kasi walang tumitingin sa inyo. Ano lang, kayo lang. So you will self-manage. You will work with your, ano talaga, kumbaga, kayo lang talaga, kayo self-motivation lang palagi. Especially when it's night shift. It's very hard for us to, wake up and show up. But then again, dahil alipin tayo sa Dolyar, we need to, to show up. So yes, for the medical assistant clients, it is not only limited to US clients. We are also servicing UK, Australia, and Canada. So they are already slowly opening up their doors for us. So usually kasi US po yung parang very flexible. So I tried to have a Canadian clients but they are more ano pa hesitant pa sila when it comes to sharing information because what you will do as a medical assistant is kayo yung magna-navigate ng mga emails nila, calls nila. So you really have to be trustworthy. That's why they also have this HIPAA training that I will discuss later on. So The client will value your license, your medical technology knowledge, clinical background, very important when especially if you're applying for a clinical role sa mga may USRN na po dito na license, very ano po yan, gamit po siya when it comes to home health, when it comes to case management. And malaki-laki yung offer niya doon when you are servicing a direct client compared to agencies. And reliability and professionalism. So what is medical VA ba talaga? Iisipin mo na lang sa clinic, 'di ba, may may secretary na tag na to, na nagfa-facilitate ng patients, someone like that, but not limited to because yung medical assistant on site can do medication refill. They can also do appointment setting. Yes po. Oh, okay. I-mute ko lang po ha. Pasensya na po. Okay. Okay. I will not allow. Okay. Here you go. So, patient communication, very essential task is to answer emails, calls, messaging through, and also even through Facebook or to any messaging platform. You will be responsible for that. And also scheduling, rescheduling, and managing calendars. If you check on your Google, sino na po dito yung nakapag-explore ng Google workspace nila? That's a very important tool when you are planning to apply for a virtual assistant po. If you can check your Gmail, later ipapakita ko sa inyo. There are a lot of features that you can go ahead and explore so that you can start training yourself working as a virtual assistant. So meron po dyan, nandyan po yung Google Calendar. Nandyan din po yung maintaining patient records and updating EMR or EHR systems. I believe dito sa Philippines or maybe some of the hospitals are already using electronic medical record and electronic health record. So pagkakaiba po nila, electronic medical record is only solely for one practice, like isang provider lang sa clinic. But when it comes to EHR, it's a more large platform where they can share between clinics and between providers. So yan po yung pinaka pagkakaiba nilang dalawa. So you will hear this one and you should be familiarized with basic na mga terminologies sa medical VA. So you need to be well versed sa pag-prepare ng reports and data entry tasks that is also found on your Google Workspace. And also follow HIPAA compliance for patient information, assisting with telehealth coordination. So as a medical VA, we play a lot of roles and it depends on your client kung ano yung ibibigay niya sa'yo na role. So technically, those are, if you are a nurse, registered nurse, yung ibibigay sa'yo na role is clinical related roles such as um, mag sa medical VA naman, meron tayong a lot of different roles later. I will show you na lang po. So, the skills that we need, same with yung nag-work tayo sa bedside na strong organizational and time management skills because again, we are dealing with patients and patients cannot wait. Palagi po silang nagmamadali and you have to consider that they are ill. And then, when we are servicing US clients, they know their rights. Like palagi silang, ano po, they are highly individualistic people, so they mind their time. If you ask na kung pwede silang move ng appointments, they have to check their calendars. So tayo, parang wala sa atin kwenta yung calendar natin, but in their end, they're very particular. So you have to be really efficient when it comes to booking appointments po, na at least minimal error. And then proficiency in EMR, EHR. So there's a lot, it depends po sa clinic what are they're using. and communication and problem solving skills. Communication doesn't mean na kailangan perfect grammar ka, ganun. Wala. Kasi ako, I started, hindi naman po ano yung grammar ko, but I survived because most of my patients are speaking Spanish or Armenian. So, syempre kung Spanish speaker or Armenian speaker, medyo ano sa thick yung accent nila, you will also adapt. Mag-thick din yung accent mo para you can be relatable. Kumbaga. So why does it matter? Because it enables PHRNs to provide remote support while clinical knowledge without applying clinical knowledge without direct patient care. So ang pagkakaiba po dito talaga is that hindi po tayo walang client facing. Kumbaga more on calls, more on ano lang po, emails. So number 2, we have healthcare administrative virtual assistant. Kasi sa as a medical VA, merong medical scribe din na position. Ay, by the way po pala, my name is Nurse Lane. Hindi pa ako nakapag-introduce, but my name is Nurse Lane. And yun pa, I'll introduce myself na lang pa. So, healthcare administrative virtual assistant, it is focused on the non-clinical administrative task. So, ito yung nagmamanage ng emails, ng mga documents, ng mga reports, calls, yan sila lahat. And then meetings between providers and patients. Yan. And also, you need to be excellent in documentation. So, when you see, I don't know if you noticed na kung meron kayong nakita na job posting, they're very particular with accurate documentation and handling confidential information. Because in the US, they're very particular. They have their HIPAA, that means Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, na you need to take this. It is a short course that you can take online na pwede kayong maging certified HIPAA provider. Kasi malalaman niyo doon yung safety and security ng security and privacy na protocols for data management. And then also always refer to your clinic's protocol as well. Di po pwede na
Hello, ma'am.
um,
Sorry Magkano yung certificate ng HIPAA tsaka gaano katagal
mm,
bago mo makuha yun?
ano lang siya po, mga ranging from 500 to 1,500. Meron po, ako kasi nag chat GPT lang po ako nung nag-search ako kung ano yung, wala naman pong, meron po masa-search nyo po sa chat GPT yung mga pwede yung um, pagkunan ng certificate. Ako yung kinuha ko is yung Allison na website. Nasa 1.5 ata yun. And then it will only take less than 2 hours lang siguro of your day para matapos yon. And then you'll get the certificate and that's valid for 2 years. So yon, very important na you need to get that HIPAA certificate. Depends kasi on the client. Minsan hindi talaga nagre-require. But for you to have an edge sa other participants na at least you already, while by taking that certificate, the client knows that you are serious in applying for a work from home. And it builds trust po and reliability to the clients as well. So ito yung meron tayong ibang role na naman. So what I'm trying to do right now is to give you the ideas on what are the keywords that you can use para on how to search and how to apply for a medical VA role. So first, medical VA assistant, medical VA. Second is health administrative virtual assistant. Same lang din po siya sa work ng medical assistant. Very particular lang when sa administrative roles na such as yun nga, emails, reports, more on ano kayo sa Google Sheets, sa emails, sa calls, and then sa calendar. Because basically, what will happen, especially when you are handling small clinics, parang kayo yung naging executive assistant ng doctor. So, yun po, yung nagiging minsan role nyo. Nag-overlap siya when it comes to mga roles. Pero ito yung mga keywords na pwede nyong gamitin when you are searching for work from home opportunities. And then, patient care coordinator. Same lang din po yan ng, kumbaga, iba-iba lang yung name, pero depende po sa clinic kung ano yung tawag nila doon. Yan. So, pare-pareho lang sila ng ginagawa, but some medical assistants have their specialty. For me, I am a surgery scheduler. So what I do, parang patient care coordinator din, but on our team, we are called surgery schedulers. So I schedule pre-op, post-op, and surgery appointments, and then I coordinate with hospitals and pass cases to them so that they can book our cases po doon sa portal nila. So you will be encountering a lot of portals. So it's very important that you need to organize your passwords and logins because ito po yung nakakakaba when it comes to first time pa lang na medical VA na your client is trying to set up logins for you. You have to very mindful, and you have to take down notes. So magagamit po yung Gmail account nyo. So if ever you're not yet exploring your Gmail account, then better start doing it now po, so that you will know you will appreciate po yung Google Workspace. So, yun, appointment scheduler. So, parang appointment scheduler lang po, din po ako na specialized lang sa surgery. So, ako po yung nag-advise ng patient kung anong gagawin before and after surgery. Ano po yung mga expected na mga mga adverse effects. Kumbaga, ano yung how many times po or how many weeks po yung need na rest, mga ganon. So, more on updates, maintaining calendar din po. And iba po yung calendar ng nasa Google Workspace ni provider, iba din po yung nasa calendar ng EMR nila or EHR. So you have to make sure that it matches. So yun po yung pinaka-importante po when it comes to appointment scheduler. And of course, we have medical records or chart prep VAs. Some medical scribes, so meron po tayong sinatawag na medical scribers na ito po yung pag nagpupunta si patient sa clinic, tapos may provider siya, tapos meron siyang, naka-turn on yung camera niya, tapos si VA, nandun siya, camera on siya. So ito yung mga iniiwasan na roles ng VAs because kita ka po. And then while nag-check up yung doctor, ikaw naman ang nagdo-document. 'Yun. Kaya kailangan ng typing skills. Medyo fast dito po na typing skills. So anyways, ito naman po, I will share this to you. This whole module kasi it's like 70 pages. I really prepared this one long time ago, and just a matter of time on how or when will I present this one. So insurance verification specialist. So these are people na kasi sa US po, the insurances, meron silang iba-ibang klaseng insurance. Merong prior PPO, meron ding HMO. So for HMO clients, they have to submit a pre-authorization request for a procedure or for a medication that can be so that it can be accepted or it can be reimbursed by the insurance. So what an insurance verification specialist does is kayo po yung nag-i-input ng case ni patient dun sa portal ng insurance companies para po sila ma-approved. And then, if mag-receive po kayo ng denial, ikaw din po yung mag-refax noon with kung ano yung needed na. Kasi the denial comes from different factors po. First, hindi in contract yung insurance nila doon sa facility, so it will be denied. Also, the other one is meron din pong mali yung CPT code and ICD code. So, CPT code is yung mga procedures na gagawin. ICD is yung tawag po doon sa mga diagnosis point. So, meron naka-numbers na po yan para madali sa billing part. So, if you are a biller as well, if you're applying for a biller, then you will be familiarizing those ICD and CPT codes. So, magkaiba po yun din na task ng ibang niche din po sa medical assistant. So you can be a biller, medical coder, ito po insurance verification specialist. So what you do, you need to follow up sa mga portals kung ano na nangyari sa approved ba, denied ba, need ba ng appeal, need ba ng peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer means discussing with provider to provider, the provider of the insurance company and the provider that is requesting for a certain procedure. So yan, mag-calls yan sila. If ever approved, then you will receive sa portal, via portal nila, and then also via fax. So it depends. And ito yung common din po, intake and referral coordinator. Intake means collecting all the information upon admission sa client, as a patient. So, familiar po tayo lahat niyan. And we are very, magaling po tayo dyan sa intake and referral coordinator. Kasi ito yung baseline na information na kukunin natin sa patient, and also referrals kasi tayo yung magre-refer to other doctors as well that needing higher care and also needing specialist. So tayo po yung gagawa nun as a medical VA. So what are the skills? Ano po yung mga kailangan na skills in order for you to we call that start as a medical VA? Simple like medical terminologies will really help. Ngayon po, you can actually search sa ChatGPT. So, marami na pong ways on how you can learn most common medical terminologies sa work from home. And I can also share some. I am sharing it to my platform then, ang mga medical basic terminologies. So that during the interview, kasi the doctors can assess you po if ever wala ka po talagang idea when it comes to US healthcare system. So before you do your interview, please search muna. Mag-search ka muna. The most effective way on how you can get clients is to really search the website or the company that you're applying for. Tapos, check mo kung ano yung services nila. Then you can go ahead and maybe you need to answer the questions that is related po dun sa, usually kasi provider or doctors yung mag-i-interview, especially kung mga small clinics. So yan. So number 2, you need to be familiarized with SOAP notes as SOAP notes. So sa mga nurses, I believe hindi lang po the nurses yung joiners natin today, but for other allied healthcare professionals, you need to familiarize these format, yung subjective, objective assessment and plan. So depende sa clinics, some of them po meron ng templates. Mag-fill out ka na lang po. Yan, para mas mabilis. So for us nurses, we are very much familiar with this note taking. And the skill that you need to have is the phone etiquette. Iba po siya sa call center. We are not call centers lang po. Pag meron pong nag-ask kung anong trabaho mo, work from home, call center. Sabi ko, okay, yes, call center. Sabihin ko na lang na call center ako. Pero technically, we're not all the time on our phones. Ano lang po, it's just that you need to be familiarized with phone etiquette, like picking up the phone, greeting the patient, and then greeting the patient. Hi, my name is, introducing yourself. My name is Lane. How can I help you? And so, upon receiving the call, you have to verify at least two patient information, which is the date of birth, and date of birth, and then the last name. So hanggang dun lang po, so that you can pull up the chart of the patient. So yun yung mga intro. Kasi when you're a medical VA, wala pong magte-train sa'yo talaga na ito, step by step gawin mo, no? Parang they are assuming na you know the basics when it comes to handling phone calls. Hindi na po yan tinuturo. Parang ikaw na bahala kung anong diskarte mo, as long as it's within, standards lang. And then number 4, email and chat professionalism. So yung chat po sa email between colleagues and clients or providers po is short, direct, and accurate lang. Because doctors are very busy and they have to check. Walang mga extra words dyan. And then what is beautiful about today's time, kay meron na pong ChatGPT. You can actually ask ChatGPT on how you can create like a concise message for the provider. Just do not put any patient information in ChatGPT. Ano lang siya, basic lang na questions that ChatGPT can understand you na kaagad. And then this is the HIPAA and data privacy basics. So this is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It's very important then you need to know the basics when it comes to security and privacy, especially that we are working from home. So yung included po yan yung pag lumabas ka ng kwarto, you have to lock your screen, yung mga ganon. And then also before you divulge any information, you have to make sure that that person is included on the patient's care, yung nasa list ng pwede nyo pong i-divulge yung mga patient's information. So yan, very important na. And it also, even if anak nila po yan, they're like mga teenagers, I think mga 15 and above, if ever they do not allow their parents to know their information, so you need to respect that one. You need to check first with them if nakapirma po sila sa consent forms or sa, what do you call that, yung may certain form po si clinic na pinapapirmahan na ito lang yung pwedeng i-share yung information. So you have to be very mindful about it. And also basic medical billing knowledge. So not necessarily, because ako naman, na-assign din pa ako sa billing department mga 8 months, pero ano lang po, these are specific codes. Way back po nagbibill kami ng yung mga COVID codes, COVID-related COVID testing. Yun po yung binibill namin for reimbursement. So, you will learn all of this po pag not unless you are applying for a medical billing na position. So, this is very, very specialized na po, medical billing. Pero, if you are handling small clinics, you need to be familiarized with their billing process as well, because sometimes they are offering cash payment, most of the time credit cards, and then most of the time naman din po it's through insurance. So you just need to put on the right CPT and ICD codes para correct yung ma-bill po or correct yung ma-reimburse sa insurance or sa clinic. And then we also have the most common skill na we need to have is the EMR or EHR navigation. I do not know how to, let me, hold on, okay. I don't know how to erase this. Ano po, yung mga linings dyan. So, EMR. I mentioned earlier na EMR, these are tools po na you can use, or these are tools na medyo smaller lang, used by smaller clinics. And EHR used by big clinics po with multi branch na mga clinics po. So what you can do, since hindi po tayo allowed, since hindi ako, yes po ma'am. Ma'am Dayan. Wait lang. Dayan. Yes po, Ma'am Dayan. Okay, Diana. Okay, we'll have a question and answer later on. Later on po, I will open the floor for question and answer. Okay. Speaking of EMR AHR, what you can do to practice this one, since I am not allowed, we are not allowed to, open and then show you how to use EMR AHR. What you can do is to go to YouTube and then just search for this one, Epic, Athena, Cardio, or Advanced MD. So, meron po naman akong module na ilalagay ko po doon yung mga common EHR, EMR that you can explore. Marami pong tutorial sa YouTube on how you can navigate those one. So, very basic na ano po doon, face kay kailangan yung mag-login. Login, mag-login po kayo doon, and then you will see a dashboard of patients. Later, meron akong mamaya na lang. So, yun. If ever you're not familiarized pa with this one, you can also ask your employer or the provider on what is your tool po, so that before you do the training, you'll have an idea na po, you can Google it or you can search it sa YouTube. So that, kasi mahirap po pag you are not able to catch up doon sa EMR and HR navigation. Remember, we're only puro na po tayo electronic medical records. So you need to learn fast when it comes to navigating these tools or portals. CRM tools. CRM tools these are customer related management tools na meron si clinic minsan. When you are familiar with Go High Level, when you're familiar with System IO, mga ganyan na mga tools wherein they can just log in, tapos makikita lahat ng accounts nila, Facebook, TikTok, social media, any social media account, emails. Tas dun, pwede kang kumbaga kung magre-reply ka sa messages, pwede dun na lang lahat. Hindi ka na mag-open ng iba-ibang platforms. Yun. So, these CRM tools is common if you are handling their social media account. Okay. So, ano na po ako? Gutom na ba ang gutom na ba? So, just type in the comment section on what are your challenges right now in applying for a work from home job, because I know definitely marami po tayong iniisip na, we're overthinking na hindi ko yun kaya, ganyan. Hindi ako techie. Yun yung pinaka first talaga nasasabihin na, I don't know how to navigate. Hindi ako techie, ganyan. So, hindi rin po ako talaga techie. It's just that wala na po talaga akong choice. I really have to, kumbaga learn how to use these tools. Kaya pag sinasabi niyo po yan, talagang just don't limit yourself po to learning. Kasi this time is an information era. Like marami po na talagang ways on how you can learn. And then we also have Sure, Bullet RN, thank you so much for letting me share this information, because not all of the time na this is going to be a free webinar. So, meron na po akong na-join na okay, free pero at the end may bayad pala, you know. So, ito po is a free resource that um, you can explore po, so that you will become a medical VA. So, a comment lang po kung ano yung mga challenges niyo when it comes to um, applying for a work from home job. No bedside, definitely not a problem. And without experience, USRN, but without experience, yes, ako din po yan. 4 years ago, ako din po yan. And interviews, oh my God, interviews. Okay. So, eto po, mas kinakabahan ako ngayon kaysa mag-interview. Okay. Um, Miss Galay. So, sa interview naman po, all you have to do is to be calm. Yung kalmado lang po talaga, and then answer directly the question of the interviewer. So you don't have to showcase your grammar, I mean your vocabulary and all you have to do is to let them know that you know what you're doing. Like you can help the clinic. You need to show them that you can put value, add more value to the efficiency of the workflow ng clinic or ng home health man yan or hospital man yan. So, and also, I think medyo meron po tayong mga ano talaga, mga overthinkers po tayo talaga when it comes to interviews. We're setting up expectations na hindi naman po nakakatulong. All you have to do is to be yourself, and being yourself means wag na po kayong magbasa ng script. Wag na, wala yan. Hindi, mahalata po talaga yan when it comes to interviews. So they want you to express not on your what's on your resume, but on how you can become a team member, an effective team member, on how you can handle confidential information, on how you can communicate with patients with care. Yun din talaga yung pinaka gusto nilang malaman if you are really if you are the perfect client or the perfect applicant for them. Kasi providers or the doctors po sa US, they are called providers. Naririnig niyo pa po ako. Baka nawala na yung ano ko. Okay. Usually they are busy. So we have to add value to their work talaga. They have a lot of things to do, and they also have families. So you need to be on top of things na bawal po dito yung maghintay lang po kayo ng gagawin. No, you need to be very ano po, initiate po ng ano yung dapat na maging workflow ng clinic, for example, but not overboarding din po. Always ask permission if ever you have some modification that you want to imply sa clinic workflow, then be nice lang din. And then, okay, Ma'am Daisy, if naka-reside ka na sa Canada, US, pwede, of course po, if you are already in Canada or US, what you can do is to go to the websites of insurances, especially if you are a USRN. They have a lot of vacancies po. If you're familiar with Aetna, Optum, ano pa, Anthem, they have a lot of vacancies, but not medical VAs, more on prior case management roles na hindi ka makapag-apply if nandito ka sa Philippines. Dapat nandun ka sa US or anywhere around the world. Basta when it comes to very specific na case management roles, you have to be sa US na talaga. Pero may mga marami din na BPO industries na they are willing to hire from the Philippines. Yes, can we still apply even if we are still a nursing student, of course. So, marami akong katrabaho na hindi nga sila nursing student eh. Ano lang sila, ano lang sila, regular student ng hindi healthcare related. Pero na-push nila yung interview at saka nakapag-land sila ng clients. So definitely yes, you can do it, but you have to prioritize. What is your priority ba? Your license or your work? Kasi it will really get a lot of your attention and a lot of your time. I tell you, this is the career that um minsan po, minsan mafe-feel mo na, I need to ano na, give up. But when you realize na marami kang bayarins, you will really have to show up and wake up every day with, bringing so much patience. But very different po when it comes to bedside. Kasi bedside, I really have a lot of respect sa mga nagbe-bedside nursing kasi iba lang din talaga yung pressure sa bedside. So in here, you can do whatever you want kasi hindi ka nakikita ng patient or hindi ka nakikita ng any of your colleagues. Yes, you can work part-time. It depends really kasi on the clinic if they're offering part-time or full-time. It depends on your client. So you need to make sure na because some roles, especially medical billing, medical coding roles, you don't have to be on time like PST or EST time. You just meron lang po silang tawag na to, goals every week ata or every day, kung um, ilang accounts yung ma-close nila, ganyan. Okay, I will hold those questions mamaya and I will get back po sa topic, okay? Marami po tayong pag-uusapan. So, module 4 is the platform to find direct clients. So, usually, nag-search po ako dito sa onlinejobs.ph. I'm not sure if gumagana pa po siya ngayon. Pero you can check. If ever you are on your computer right now, go open a new tab and then go search for onlinejobs.ph. If you don't have an account, you can go ahead and sign up. And then you can type in medical VA or health care virtual assistant or medical biller or receptionist. So anything that is healthcare related, please check their job posting. Marami po doon, but I'm not sure because I have a lot of my issues, maraming issues si onlinejobs.ph. So you can marami naman pong platform on where you can find clients. So these are the usual ways on how you can gain clients. So we have Upwork. So Upwork, you can create your own account. Ang disadvantage lang is that meron silang cut sa sa pay. And then ito po, I will share this one to you so you can go ahead and explore on how you can optimize, the tips on how you can optimize your account. Because basically, dyan din po nagtatambay yung mga recruiters. So you need to be very visible by using keywords na pag na-type ng recruiter yan, ng mga healthcare virtual assistant or medical assistant. Very vague po kasi ang medical assistant na term. So mamaya I will share with you yung mga pwede nyo pang i-explore ng mga keywords so that you can be searched by recruiters as well. Freelancer, also this is a website wherein you can search for medical VA jobs. LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn. So if you're aware of LinkedIn, you can go ahead and explore, create an account, optimize it by sorry po, but I don't know how to I don't know how to erase these mga lines. So yan, you can please visit your LinkedIn and kasi maraming recruiters na nandyan. If you want a client, especially a client that is So usually kasi meron ng mga clients na or meron ng recruiters na under agencies na nagtatambay sa LinkedIn. So you can go ahead and um, optimize your account in LinkedIn by editing your profile. So, dapat yung profile nyo sa LinkedIn is hindi lang po siya like registered nurse or USRN. Dapat meron siyang mga keywords. So, I will, by the end of this video, it mayroon pa lang po kayo sa scan na code. So, you can go ahead and check on this one. Meron po akong mga resources na I will be sharing with you. Indeed. So sa Indeed, sabi ni Ma'am Daisy, if ever meron bang mga roles or mga job opening na kahit nandun sa US or Canada. Yes, through Indeed po. Meron nagpo-post through Indeed na mga job, mga recruiters. Mostly sa Indeed din po sila nagpo-post. So, same thing, create an email, create a login, and then, yun, if ever meron kang job na sa tingin mo you can do it, then just apply. But again, resume is really important nowadays. Minsan nga portfolio na yung sinesend ng mga VAs. But later I will show you how to create a short but a resume that clients or recruiters will consider. And ito din, where to find clients for applying directly through clinics and small practices. So I used to do this. I use Google Map. Di ba may Google Map po tayo sa phone, sa ano natin. You can use it. Open your Google Map, search these keywords across US, US, Canada, even UK or Australia. Then, what you can do with this one po is you need to gather their email address and you can approach them or you can send an email to them. So later I have a template, email template on how you can reach out to these providers. So ito naman din yung gamit na technique ng mga agencies and how they are able to gain clients. They just need to reach out. So yun, yung communication skills is very important na maging ano po tayo, hindi tayo mahihiya na mag-approach kung meron tayong nakikita na job openings. Marami akong classmates or mga kaibigan na they give up on working from home. I mean, applying. Tapos I ask them, how many times ka na ba nag-apply? Tapos sabi nila, mga twice, thrice, fifth times. Mga fifth na daw na times and so on. Sabi ko, that's not yet enough. Like, you have to understand po na marami po talagang applicants. So, we just keep on pushing and always keep on sending those applications. But later on, I have a system na yung para ma-organize lang po yung application nyo. And then follow-up is very important as well. You can simply send a text or an email to follow up on your application since maraming times na hindi kayo mako-call back. So I have an experience na hindi naman ako natanggap on the role na at first na inoffer nila, but then nung binalikan po nila ako nung meron na silang opening. So yan, do not get hurt po pag ma-reject po kayo sa mga wala po yan. All you have to do is to send application and monitor your application. It's very important. And then to check clinic websites, especially small clinics po, yung mga small clinics, they really need help, especially primary care providers, because I know that they really need help because I'm a surgery scheduler and I am contacting them directly. And it's very hard for them to reach, very hard for them to get information. So that means that limited lang po yung tao nila. And then these providers or clinic owners wants to lower their cost po talaga sa labor cost nila. So imagine sa clinic po namin, only one or two medical VAs lang on site, and then the rest from authorization, scheduling, and other medical assistant or call center, naka-remote na po sila. So may mga times po talaga na you are, kumbaga, mas marami kayo compared to the on-site people. So you can check those websites, clinic websites, get their phone numbers, get their email address, and then you can email them. Or you can check their careers, their career tabs. Ito po, hindi ko pa ito na-try, US healthcare directories, but you may try later after the Zoom meeting. Yung mag-check po kayo ng mga healthcare directories in the US, Canada, or anywhere po. Marami pong in-need, pero ayaw lang po nila kasi, marami din po kasing scammers. So you need to present yourselves as, professional and reliable. Kasi these doctors are, ano din po talaga very mga picky din po sila when it comes to applicants. So for LinkedIn account, you can search these terms: clinic manager, practice manager, medical office manager, private practice owners, physician owner. So yun, yung mga ganito po na terms, i-check nyo po sila sa LinkedIn account nila. These are the people na they are, the kumbaga task nila is to hire people. So you can check on these sa LinkedIn. Isa-search nyo po, tapos i-connect, di ba may connect po yun. Connect po kayo dyan. Tapos you can send a message to them. And this is the most effective for me, Facebook and community groups. Iba po yung community groups ng mga remote works. Iba din po yung mga community groups ng mga family clinic per state. Yung, di ba, sa Facebook, marami tayong groups, pwede tayong mag-join. Try to explore, for example, Family Clinic plus California or New York or anong state po yan. And then maybe you will bump into a very specific Facebook group na you can share or you can post your the service that you can offer. So yun. Very important na, strategic na mag-check kayo ng mga clients na mga small teams lang, but high patient volume, limited admin staff, telehealth, or hybrid services. Mga US patient-based po ng mga clinics. So you try to search po sa Google, sa ChatGPT. You will find a lot of clients or a lot of primary care clinics. And bonus for US RNs, ito hindi pa talaga siya na-explore. Mostly kasi yung mga job openings are for medical VAs, mga ganyan. But meron po tayong tinatawag na home health and home care. So ito, I'm a home health executive admin din po. So what we do, usually we manage then phone calls, emails, and we case manage patients. So ang home health po kasi is service po siya sa mga specifically then sa mga Medicare patients na when they are being discharged from the hospital, tapos nandun lang sila sa bahay, they can ask for home health services na we are going to send skilled nurses, PTOTs sa bahay ni patient. So, maybe you can see a job na scheduler, caregiver scheduler, mga ganyan. Mga home health scheduler. So, yan. So, for home care naman, it's related to unskilled, like caregivers, mga unskilled po siya na mga personnel that you can schedule to visit the patient. Where in home health, these are skilled clinicians that you dispatch sa patient's home na para mag-care sa patient. So, marami din pong job opening dyan. You can search for home health sa LinkedIn, home care, para you can explore. I I do not know how to ano po. Sorry. I'm not sure how to erase these lines. And how to approach them professionally, just be clear, short and respectful sa messages. So I also have a template, ma'am. Save nyo na lang, screenshot nyo na lang or scan nyo na lang po. And do not apologize for not having NCLEX. Anyways, they do not require, especially if non-clinical naman po yung position na a-applyan nyo. And focus on how you can help them manage their clinic or help their clinic run smoother. Do not focus on your weakness when you are applying for a job or when you are reaching out to clients. You need to showcase your strength. Yun talaga. And then you can work on your weakness naman din po talaga. As long as you're willing to learn and you're a team player, talagang magaan lang po yung work. And always be positive na you can do it because it starts always with the mind. If you are going to start with a mindset na I cannot do it, then you really cannot do it po. And then, okay, yeah, you need to have clinic care more about competence and reliability than exams. So mentioning that you are a USRN, yes, that's good, especially if you are applying for a case management position sa home health agencies, but they care more about on how you handle confidential information, on how you can navigate or how you can learn to navigate faster sa ano nila sa portal nila. That's very important to them. And then you can avoid, please avoid yung saturated job platforms as I was mentioning earlier, yung mga LinkedIn, yung mga ganun. But since nasa-start pa lang po kayo, you can explore. But what I'm showcasing to you po is on the other ways on how you can get clients na out of the box. You need to think na you need to find ways na yung mga hindi common na ginagawa ng mga applicants, because what applicants do, they just wait for the job posting sa mga Facebook groups. But what you can do on your side while waiting for that job posting, especially if you do not have bedside experience, you need to reach out to these clinics because they do not know that we exist po kung we're not going to introduce ourselves to them. So ito po, you'll have a copy of this one. These are the common agencies that you can apply and you can get clients. So what are the advantages when you have agencies? They provide trainings. They give you clients. So yun lang po. Other than that, the cons naman po is that they have a cut on your salary, and then they have time doctor, which is time doctor is a time tracker or time, it's it's a tool that they can check po on what you're doing from day to day basis. It's a time tracker. So yan po yung mga cons sa agency. So what you can do as a beginner, you can, while waiting for these agencies to approve your application, better check out yourself. Like you need to be ano po, upfront on how you apply or how you can get direct clients. So marami po ito sila. I will just show you, but you can have a copy of this one naman. So why I have this one, because siguro lahat in-apply. Nag-try ako niyan pag-apply every agency. Not because I want more clients, but because I want to learn how to get how they choose their clients. Yes po. Oh, wait. I do not know how to kick them. Wait lang. Sorry po ha. Yeah, anyway, sige, okay lang yan. Pag hindi naman tayo mag-focus yan, we'll have a copy of that, of those, agencies. So again, if ever na you're someone distracting the Zoom, you better just leave na lang po because you're not helping. We are here to really promote working from home, and we are here also genuinely helping nurses. So if you don't have any business po, then you can better leave. So you can have this one. You can search in every Okay, for every platform, these are common requirements. Later, I will show you as well. So, okay, you can have this copy. Mm, this is how you will pitch yourselves to direct clients. You can email them, message them. I also have a ano po naman template with regarding this one. So highlight your experience related to the job that you have right now. If ever you don't have experience, then you can highlight your internship that you know how to do or to handle medical documentation, patient coordination, um, EMR or EHR familiarity. You mentioned that you are exploring those sa YouTube or sa website. And though we don't have any free subscription for EMR EHR, so long as you before kasi you are going to apply, you need to search on the company that you're applying for so that you know you have an idea on how to answer questions during the interview. Chart preparation. So chart preparation, these are for also relate to medical scribes because before they can before the provider will show up, meron na po yung chart na naka-prepare. And then, templated naman po yan. If ever walang template, then you need to refer to the clinic's protocol on how they do charting kasi iba-iba din po siya. So, focus on how you save their time. You really have to let them feel na you are here to help, not here to just you want to make money, but in order for you to make money, you need to help them. Not just help, but free up their day. Yun. So, ito mga sample pitch when you are directly checking out with clients, directly, what do you call that? Sending out messages to client. You can definitely start with I am a Philippine registered nurse working as a medical virtual assistant or aspiring to become a medical virtual assistant. I support clinics with medical documentation, patient coordination, healthcare administrative tasks, and I provide HIPAA compliant remote support and help reduce providers' workload by managing scheduling, patient follow-ups, and chart preparation. Or you can use the expanded pitch. Like with experience in clinical documentation, I help healthcare providers reduce administrative workload while maintaining HIPAA compliance. My goal is to save your team time by handling scheduling, follow-up, and chart preparation so you can focus more on patient care. So again, do not apologize that you don't have NCLEX. Do not over-explain your location. I'm in the Philippines right now. My internet sometimes doesn't work, no. And we have a lot of power interruptions. Please do not do that. And using bedside nursing language, yes, do not use that kasi magkaiba po yung language nila doon when it comes to bedside. Sending long resumes in the first message. So what you can send po is not resume, a message, a clear message that, hey, I am here, I'm willing to help, and then to follow na lang po yung resume if they are asking you to send your resume. And yon po, where to, maraming ways, but you need to start somewhere, and um you need to track your application so that you would know when to follow up, and you would also know what are the other um ano po yung mga avenues that the providers are replying mostly, kung saan po sila nagre-reply talaga. You need to track your application. So it's what I will share it with you. These are the common Facebook groups and communities for clients. So this is the most effective way for me to get clients because there are a lot of posts. So when you see Facebook po, when you click on something and then nagbabad ka po dyan. So yung algorithm, Facebook is recommending you to check on the same posts. So yun din po yung nangyayari sa Facebook group. All you have to do is to click on join with all of these Facebook groups so that you will have an idea kung ano yung hinahanap ng employer. And then these are the common tools. So ginagamit sa clinic, we usually Zoom. Zoom is used for meetings, just like this one. Also Google Meet. If you will check your Google Workspace, then you will see na meron siyang Google Meet na what do you call that, icon. Explore that one. I usually use Google Meet. Skype, wala nang Skype ngayon. Slack is for team communication. So para din siyang messenger, pero pinaano lang, meron lang siyang very specific na mga tagging and para mas organized yung team. So you can these tools, this should be included on your resume para makita ni provider na you can do it. You have an experience at least in logging in using these platforms. Google Workspace, as I've mentioned before, dati may Microsoft Word tayo, may Microsoft Excel, mga ganyan. But in Google Workspace, you can explore na nandun na po silang lahat sa Google Workspace. And then most clinics, most providers use this one. May calendar na po siya. And then it's the very good thing about this Google Workspace is it is for free. So pag wala ka pa kayong email, use Gmail. Do not use Yahoo. Gmail na po yung gagamitin natin for us to explore the Google Workspace. Microsoft Office din po is widely used. Notion is for note-taking and project management. But this is used for not all of the patients is using this one because this is not HIPAA compliant naman. Also, medyo more ito siya po sa mga business, mga marketers, mga ganyan, mga project management tool, Notion and Trello. But in my case, we usually use Google Workspace. So EMR, you can explore on these websites that you can check kung ano yung what is EMR. So it's basically all of the information of clinic and patients as well. And then you can use or you can explore scheduling software such as Calendly, but meron na po kasi ang Google Calendar, so you can use that one as well. So insurance portals, we have Blue Cross. So ito na mga insurance portals or some EMR or EHR portals cannot be accessed na walang VPN na ginagamit. So normally binibigayan sa inyo na login pag nakapasok na po kayo sa sa practice. Yan, kailangan niyo po ng VPN, kailangan niyo po ng password managers. Pwede naman po doon sa ano din, your Google Workspace, meron dong um, ah, i-share ko na lang mamaya. Meron doon na pwede kayong ano ng Google, ng passwords niyo po. Mag-keep ng password. So, HIPAA awareness. So, you can click on these exams. Basta ako po, sinishare ko lang po sa inyo yung how, ano yung nag-work for me. So, for HIPAA awareness, dun po ako nag-check out sa Allison na account. Na, what do you call that? Na website, Allison website. Nag-offer po sila ng mga tutorials. Yun. So ito Epic. So these are the common EHR or EMR systems that you will encounter depending on your clients or your clinic's practice. May Epic, Athena Health, Cerner. Yan. Practice Fusion, Cario. Cario is very common. What I use is Advanced MD. So Advanced MD is more on, meron na po siyang billing po, telehealth, and marami na po siyang nasa-store na patients. So these are the common HIPAA training providers. So I'll give it to you as well. You can explore on the prices because it differs to each ano po, website. Wait lang. Yun. And then you can register, create your account, and makukuha nyo din po yung certificate the day na you will pass the exam. Meron silang exam, mini exams lang, mga 15 to 20 items po ata, para magkaroon ka ng HIPAA certificate. So yan, module 1 to 2 hours per module. Pero ano, self-explanatory naman po si HIPAA. So these, then nagdi-discuss lang po siya on how you can safely work remotely po, like yung mga passwords, yung mga doon, mostly na topic na to po is yung mga on-site on how they manage their data na hindi po mag-leak. So mga encryption ng emails, ganun. That's part of the HIPAA compliance. So yung exam is nasa 20 to 30 lang ata na multiple choice. So ang passing rate is 80 to 90%. But you can revise, you can retake po anytime naman. And then you will receive a downloaded, you can download the certificate and then you can add it to your LinkedIn account, to your Indeed account, to whatever job site that you have. You can add this one po, because it's an edge for you to have a HIPAA compliance certificate. And ano po yung mga common na requirements for you to start as a working as a medical VA? First, you need to have a stable internet. So the reason din po na nag-change po ako ng address because I need to have a stable internet and power. Kung wala naman po kayong stable internet, please consider subscribing to a fiber internet, and then you need to have a power station in case of power interruption. Kasi imagine you're talking to a patient tapos mawawala kasi nag-brown out. So very important na yung continuity of care. So you have to if ever po mag-interview tapos wala ka pang wala ka pang power station, you can easily let them know that you're willing to buy a power station as soon as you get hired. Yung ba, convince them that you are willing to comply with all the requirements. Kasi it's really important talaga. Especially during rainy season na biglang may bumuhos na ulan and then wala na akong internet, wala na akong power. Yun. And a noise cancelling headset with a like USB na na ano ba yun, port, hindi yung headset na yung gano'n. Dapat naka-USB siya. It's very important po kasi we usually sometimes, so 'di ba may mga chicken, mga manok po tayo, naririnig kasi nila yun, ta's sasabihin sa'kin na, "Oh, do you live in the farm?" Parang gano'n. Always always yan yung dati nandun pa ako sa ano, sa hometown namin. So, yun, you need to invest in noise cancelling headset. Marami pong ano sa Shopee, mura. So I started with a second-hand Plantronics ba yun na ano, na headset, and it works well, really well, until na kailangan ko ng mag-change ng headset. So, please do not follow or do not compare yourself sa mga nagpo-post na ng maganda na po yung workstation nila. So, of course, because they can afford na po. But you can start on what you have. Kasi ako nag-start lang din po ako sa desktop na nabili ko, I mean, a computer set na nabili ko sa Shopee na it cost 7,000 pesos only. Para lang ako makapag-start. And then a second-hand headset. See, so you don't have to buy those fancy ano po, mga computer set. But it's a must na at least yung specs po is kaya yung mga application. At least i5 core. Basta yung mga at least i5 and above. Yun pa rin palaging requirements. Pero if you're working directly with the client, they do not matter. But sometimes because it's really heavy, yung mga files din po ng medical records, marami yan na isa-save. So your computer or your equipment must be ready for that. In a private workspace, so not necessary, basta ano lang, decent lang yung background. Tapos yung mga kids, always yan, i-ask yung may mga kids kayo, how do you deal with your kids? Are you, if ever there are emergencies, how will you handle them? Parang yung mga ganun na mga questions sa interviews, it's very common. And then, strong advantage is yung may dual monitor, yung may secure na, yung may dual monitor, pag ano na yan, pag meron kayong extra, you can buy an extended monitor. Madali na lang po yan. So, here, you need to, okay. So in order for you to get a client, you need to have a healthcare or a resume that is direct, but it can really show the on what you can provide to the client. So later I will show you how to do it, or I have a sample resume here. Let me check. This is just an example po on a resume that you can benchmark, or kung meron ka pong kasi it's not the typical resume naman that you need to do. What you can do is to just highlight your name and your address, and how can they reach you? Is it through WhatsApp, through email, through LinkedIn? And then you need to provide a branding, a personal branding, a statement on who you are. Yan. Kasi we are already marketing ourselves. We are marketing our services to the provider. And then you need to have a professional summary. This is a resume without bedside experience. So imagine if you don't have, I mean, without MA experience and bedside experience, and you're a fresh graduate, or even if you're just studying nursing or any allied health related course. So you need to highlight the you need to have the keywords, or you need to highlight these experiences. Now, even if you don't have experience, you can still have a professional summary that is attractive to the recruiter. So yan, yun you say you don't say you don't have experience, because when ano pa lang po tayo, during our what do you call that, duty sa hospital, we are already handling, real patients, real people. So you just need to highlight this one. And also you can consult ChatGPT. So ChatGPT lang po talaga ako. And then, yeah, you need to highlight that you are a someone who has experience in patient care, medical documentation. You have a very strong organizational, communication, and technical skills. And also, if you are not proficient in this one, and do not include, but you can highlight this po, Google Workspace and the other tools that you are able to check sa YouTube. You can do that. You can put it on your professional summary. And if you are someone with bedside experience, better put that professional summary. Like it's a must, like, to highlight yung mga best, especially if you are applying for a USRN remote work, especially critical care, mga case management, they're very attractive pag may bedside experience ka po. So the core competencies you can use is medical terminologies, yan, patient scheduling, yan, vital signs, administrative, healthcare documentation, Google Workspace, Zoom, lahat. Ano mo yan, i-detalye ko ano yung kung alam mo mag-Canva, you can put it there. And then this is the education. If you don't have work experience, you need to highlight your OJT. And then the technical skills, here's a certification where you can put the HIPAA awareness. If you don't have the medical assistant certificate, this is not compulsory. Do not put it there. And technical skills in healthcare, in computer skills, and also very important is the typing speed. Kasi marami pa talang gagawin as a medical VA. So eventually, if you are someone that medyo mahina pa po sa typing, there's a lot of website that you can practice na mag-type ng medical ng mag-practice mag-type. So soft skills, we have excellent communication skills, ganyan, empathy, adaptability, mga ganyan, multitasking, language, yan. And then, academic projects. If you're someone na walang work experience and wala pang bedside, you can highlight these one na related naman din po related sa handling confidential information, and also um, handling medical records. Yan, volunteer. And then, yun lang kasimple po yung resume that you can um, make oh, para mas siya, mas clear sorry. Wait. Saan na ako nun? Nawala na ako. Where is my Canva? Nawala na yung Canva. Wait lang. So, yun. So, marami na pong gutom sa inyo. Sorry po, medyo mahaba talaga ito. Pero 2 hours lang po ako. Medyo matatapos na po ako sa discussion ko. After this one, I'm going to provide you na the QR code on where you can access yung mga information. Hala, wala na akong internet. Wait. Okay. So, yan. 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 Totoo. Totoo yan. So, I was invited na, and meron na po ako talagang experience na naging coach. Pero, I know someone I know po someone na kung sino yung sincere, sino din po yung nagbi-business. Maybe business lang. Imagine they're offering like a free course lang. Okay, a free course. And sabi natin, 1,000 for basic. Ganon. But no. As according to Sir Bullet, we are nurses and we are very resourceful. Imagine sa bedside pa lang nga, 'di ba? You can do you can make things happen. How much more dito sa working from home. Talagang patience is a virtue dito sa work from home, and you just need to be very um hindi lang po talaga um just need to learn how to market yourself as a professional. Do not lowball yourself po. It doesn't matter talaga kung wala kang bedside experience. What matters is how you are going to showcase yourself. Wait lang. Yan yung resume, and then that's the first thing that you need to do. Fix your resume, go to Canva. I will meron po ako dito. Ipapascan ko po kayo on what are the keywords that you can use in order for you to get clients or to get na mapansin kayo ng providers. And then number 2 is create a strong profiles sa 2 to 3 platforms. LinkedIn, up, online jobs page, meron naman po talaga dyan. Upwork, Indeed, yan. And then join Facebook groups. So, if I will ask you right now, what do you do on your free time sa Facebook? Nag-ano lang po ba kayo? You need to check on the news. I tell you right now, we are experiencing crisis, and the only thing that we can control is ourselves. And what we can do is, because we cannot control the government, we cannot control anyone's mind. What we can control is on how we deal or how we react to things. So during COVID times, I reacted in a way na I can benefit, na no matter magka-COVID man ulit in the future, I can still work, I can still be present with my family. It's very important po na we can go ahead and check on the news, but if we have to divert our attention to our skills, to our um professional enhancement, because wala po talagang ibang tutulong, ikaw at ikaw lang, 'di ba? We are already adults. And then also, I will tell you, even if sa TikTok account ko po, mas maraming inquiries po yung nanggaling sa South Africa, because they are really willing to learn, because they are not the first choice. We are the first choice. The Filipinos are the first choice when it comes to healthcare. So we really have to grab this chance po on presenting ourselves, and then um divert your attention to something that can make more money, 'di ba? Yun. So, what I do dati is I really nag-join talaga ako sa lahat ng job sites. I mean sa Facebook groups. Tapos, tina-track ko po yung application ko here. Here. You can just create a Google Sheet. Tapos, may tracker po kayo ng anong company yung in-applyan nyo, sino yung contact person, anong platform, anong position. And I will tell you, for resumes, you don't send a resume, like a general resume, to all kung iba-iba yung roles na nandyan. What I do is, kung ano yung roles na dyan, indicate, for example, chart prep VA. So I really ask ChatGPT on how my resume can be attractive, or how can it be related to a chat prep VA position. Kasi, remember, companies are now dealing with AI, may automation na po sila. So, your resume pa lang will be auto-rejected by the AI agents. So yun, yung status, you can put here naman, color coding. If it's pending, wala pang so that you know when to follow up and when to follow up, and then ma-monitor nyo din po yung application nyo po. Put color coding, ganyan. So, at least 5 to 10 high quality applications per week. So, that doesn't mean na apply lang kayo ng apply. You need to apply with intention na I will get hired. Pero, do not expect na lahat ng a-applyan nyo is matatanggap po kayo. Siyempre. Upskill. So, what I do po na kung wala pang client is I upskill while waiting. What do you mean by upskill? Palagi po akong nakababad sa YouTube nagtitingin kung ano po yung mga processes po so that I can go ahead and apply din po sa work, sa my current work. And also, I'm really fond of asking Google, ChatGPT, kung ano pa yung mai-improve ko when it comes to client work, clinic workflow. Yan. And then, you can actually optimize your resume once, stay visible daily sa mga job sites, and then apply strategically weekly, follow up consistently, and upskill continuously. Kasi it will compound. Correct. It will compound within 30 to 60 days. Kung hindi man kayo natanggap, at least you have the experience. You need to be used to rejection talaga din po and see what is it that you're lacking na for you na hindi nagwo-work. Kasi you can assess sometimes you are already for interview but hindi ka po natanggap. So, what happened? You need to reflect. You need to check what happened to my application. Or, do not tell yourself that you're not good enough pag hindi ka natanggap. Kasi po, marami lang talagang applicants. Yun lang talaga. Maraming applicants. And then, common red flags to watch out for, no payment. So, wala po talagang payment when you are applying for a job. And then, vague job description. So, yung mga hindi clear din kung ano yung needed nila for their clinic. And then, unprofessional communication, poor grammar. So, yan, kailangan yung mga rushed hiring, mga mga work from home pero appointment setter pero networking naman yun. 'Di ba? Merong mga ganon talaga na mga clickbait sa internet. So beware. Pag nakakita kayo na work from home, can work flexible hours, tapos may appointment setting lang, can do even basic kahit na magtagalog or English. Stay away from that po kasi again, first these are not US clients. Hindi naman po nagtagalog wag may US clients po, di ba? So, if you encounter a scam, then all you have to do is to stop and might as well block the sender. So, final reminder is legit clients, respect your profession. You should never pay to work. Protect your license data and peace of mind. And when in doubt, you feel free to walk away. Yan. So, I want you to scan na this QR code. Tapos na po yung presentation ko. Binadali ko lang kasi mag 2 hours na. Again, in healthcare, kaya ako po napili yung healthcare, by the way, as a niche. Kasi in the virtual assistance world, marami pong niches. Pwede kang maging sa marketing, sa 'di ba? Marami po tayong talagang pwedeng mapasukan. But we have a nursing degree, so why not use it while waiting for the US to open? Minsan nga napaisip ako, pupunta pa ba ako sa US? Then yes, definitely because of the passport, 'di ba? Strong passport. ni Amerika. So, yun. Kasi while nandito ka po, you're earning already dollars. So, and then you're spending like 60 times 61 ano na po siya dito. So malaki-laki po talaga siya. Malaking difference. So there's a room in healthcare for nurses who wants to grow balance and sustainability. Working from home is not giving up. It's choosing a future that supports you too. Yun. So I highly respect those nurses who are working in bedside, but please consider having a part-time work online because we only have a short life to live, and you need to enjoy po as a USRN, as an RN. You deserve po the life that you know you can hindi po toxic palagi pa, hindi ba? So, and also kung toxic man, dapat dollars yung pay. Kasi a lot of ano right now, a lot of um professionals right now, they're struggling to work online. It's not because they do not they are not techie, but they just do not know where to start. So I am glad that Sir Bullet opened this door for me to share this with you, because this information is typically paid talaga po siya, yung mga information na test. And these are I'm not talking about I'm not an expert on this. It's just that these strategies worked for me. So I also hope that it can work well with you as well, so that your application will be a little smoother than mine. Yan. So good luck to you, nurses, and your next chapter is waiting. So you can also follow me on my TikTok account. You can scan this QR code. What you get when you scan this QR code is a free resource on how I gathered the um common. Let me see. Okay.
Hey dear, kailan kasi yung next class natin? Sabado ba?
Sunday po kasi Sabado wala pa akong tulog.
Ay,
Sunday.
Sunday.
You can
Anong
have
oras?
it on
Same time?
Sunday. Same time. Yeah, same time. Yan.
Sige, upgrade ko
So,
yung Zoom natin para madaming
mhm.
maka-join. Siguro mga
Ah,
1,000.
sige po.
Thank you for your time, ha.
Thank you. So, and also we are open na for ano po, for question and answer portion. Grabe talaga yung kaba ko ngayon. But when you scan the code, you will get this one, the module, and also no. Here pala. Ito pala yung yan. And then the email template that you may use para to reach out to clients or to providers, the Google Map search on how you can um, search for clients in Google using Google account. These are the keywords, the terms, and the potential roles that you can use. And also, in applying for a medical VA, you need to have ano na, personal branding na. It doesn't, ano na po, hindi na po nabebenta yung sabihin lang natin na medical virtual assistant tayo or registered nurse. Dapat meron tayong mga very specific na kung ano yung pwede nating mo-offer sa client. So, I'm a HIPAA compliant virtual professional. I'm an experienced. Kung hindi ka experienced, wag mo na lang ilagay siya. Sabihin mo na lang na patient and administrative support. Um, you can also use this one for registered nurses. Medyo marami naka-indicate po kung ano yung kaya mong gawin as a registered nurse. Pag hindi ka pa registered nurse, pwede nang sabihin BSN, tas clinical virtual assistant. Yan. Mas nakikita po yan ng employer, ng recruiters. And then home health. This is very specific to to USRNs and even to PHRNs as well. Pag Pwede naman po kayo maging home health virtual assistant. Maraming you can put it on the ano na po, personal branding nyo on your LinkedIn account. And then, ito yung sa case management, especially when you have work experience as a nurse, you can already be a remote case manager, healthcare case manager, home health clinic. Ang dami po talagang pwede nyong i-explore na explore dito po. You can use that one. And then, track your application. Kung ano yung gumagana dyan na keywords na palagi yung na nakaka-attract po kayo ng clients. So these are
Hello
the
po.
keywords.
Ay, sorry Tanong ko lang sana,
Yes
ano
po.
ba 'to? Kasi sabi mo baka maapektuhan yung work mo. Puwede ko bang i-public 'tong recorded video o ano?
I'm not sure po kasi,
E
marami po
edit ko
talagang
na lang yung ano, e-edit ko na lang, tanggalin ko na lang yung picture mo. Would that be
pwede din.
okay?
Yes, yes, yes. Pwede din naman.
Ako kasi
Yes.
libo-libo yung hindi nakapasok, eh. Sorry.
And also, na-forgot ko pala yung yung salary, the exciting part. Sige,
Yan,
15
yan, yan, yan.
minutes, yan. Sorry. So, eto, pero nandun naman siya sa QR, kaya hindi ko na lang siya discuss. But, okay, para ma-excited po kayo mag-apply, these are the ranges on the yung potential po na magiging income nyo when it comes to, working from home. So, ito yung mga clinical roles, yung mga naka-USRN na, these are your potential, income. Depende sa client nyo, depende sa um, position nyo. The home health case manager. Home health case manager is like, din talaga siya. Parang nasa ward ka din, then you are managing a patients. You are managing a patient, pero nasa bahay lang siya. Tapos, long term din po yung niya, long term din po yung service na in-offer kasi usually nagre-recertify yan every 2 months. So, kung nandyan pa si client, kung yung home health agencies nyo is around 30 patients yung census, then yan po, i-monitor niyo po yung mga gamot, not necessarily gamot, yung mga laboratory na needed ni primary care provider or ni physician, tapos isi-send, kayo yung coordinator. Then, kayo din po yung mag-guide for mag-approve whether ilang PT and OTs ba per week yung needed ni patient, parang ganon. So, ito, makikita niyo po yung mga ranges niyan. Medyo malalaki po siya when it comes to USRN. But it only applies kung direct kayo nag-apply. Pag mga naman po, mga agencies, medyo lower siya kasi, may mga overhead expenses sila on how they train you. Pero kung directly kasi nagwo-work sa kanila, wala nang training fee for 'di ba, agencies. So yan, we have administrative roles, yan, executive medical assistant. Yan, it's usually ranges from 50 to 100 plus, depende talaga sa offer. But rarely lang po ako nakakakita ng, ito, pag meron po kayo nakikita ng 30,000 or 25,000, that means that you're working under a BPO company kasi medyo konti lang talaga yung offer nila. So, iniiwasan ko yan. Yung mga gusto ko yung mga direct. Para, syempre, kung magpagod ka naman lang sa gabi, might as well, you need to be well compensated po. Kasi it's really hard to wake up every night and minsan wala kang tulog. So, yan. Administrative and home health roles din, medyo malalaki talaga yung offer pag home health roles. Home health scheduler, home care, home health, yan. Hindi pa yan masyadong na-explore but you can start sending those, approaching home health companies sa US. Marami po yan. I know, Sir Bullet po, diba, may ka po din doon. Experience ka po ba sa home health? Kasi marami din po talagang nag-home health right now. So here, revenue cycle management. Ito po yung mga billing, coders. Ito po doesn't need to be an RN. Pwede kahit sino basta meron silang certification kasi na specific to ICD. So, very specific na po ito ng mga roles. And we also have patient support roles, yung mga care navigator, care patient advocate, ganyan. So, makikita niyo yan dyan. If you have experience na po, you can check with the management roles kung ano po yung mga pwede nyo dyan applicable sa inyo. And then documentation, we have medical scribes, clinic documentation specialist. Minsan merong mga roles na fax manager. Sila po yung sort ng fax. So no need of calls po yan. Yung mga iniiwasan kasi ng mga nurses natin is yung calls. But okay naman po yung calls. Sadyang maano ka lang po, may used to it ka lang on how you handle calls. And then, oh, by the way, sa healthcare naman po, seldom lang po kayo makaka-encounter ng very irate na patient kasi they really wanted to um, cooperate when it comes to health. Parang never, meron naman times na sobrang sila, frustrated because they do not know or they do not know the full information. But definitely, you are someone na kung makausap ka nila, especially that you are a nurse, parang respected ka po sa call. Yan. Hindi po tayo yung pareho sa mga typical na mga call center agent na, 'di ba, maraming, bad words. Pero dito, no. You can control the call because kung hindi sila sa'yo makikinig, hindi mo sila isi-set ng appointment. Joke lang. Pero yan din. Yan yung maganda sa healthcare when you are applying for healthcare roles. And then meron dito AI and ito bago pa lang to pero you can explore yung may mga AI prompt specialists, may mga healthcare CRM administrator, 'yun. So, medyo hindi ko pa 'to nakikita pero sinabi ni ChatGPT na meron na daw. So, we can explore this one, especially yung mga techie natin na mga nurses. So, 'yun. Okay, QA medical coder po ako under a company for years. Tama po ba na if I venture ako sa MedBA sa po siya mag-fall? Yes, it really depends on you. Kung QA medical coder ka na, then better apply for RCM roles. But you can still choose to have you can still apply for other roles, explore other roles. But I know QA coders are like non-voice po sila, no? So mas convenient po kasi yung mga non-voice. So you can stay as well sa CRM role. So it depends on you. Yung mga requirements sa medical coder, I think you have certification po, ma'am, 'di ba? Sometimes they do like may exam din, mahal din siya, pareho din ng NCLEX yung exam nila, yung certified coders na talaga. Yun. Okay, QR. Wait lang po. I need to. Yan. So, yan. Ganda QR. So, any questions? Let me check po. Mm. So for non-healthcare practitioners, you can be a medical coder, medical biller. Meron lang po talagang certain training. And also you can be a patient advocate din. It depends ano po, on the provider if they will allow. Pero yun, more on sa non-clinical side po kayo pwedeng mag-apply ng mga roles. So yun. Yun lang naman.
Pwede magtanong,
Yes po.
ano ba for example, wala akong experience sa VA, pero gusto kong i-try, ano bang kailangan ko? Kailangan ba ng mga certificate? Ano yung mga certificate na kailangan namin? Tsaka magkano?
Mhm. So, yun po, yung HIPAA. Very important yung HIPAA compliance. Wait lang. Check ko dito sa Ito po kasi yung kinuha ko na program, yung Allison. Yan, kinomplete ko po yan. Tapos, I'm not sure kung how much po. Parang 1.5 ata, sa 800 to 1.5. Ito, module siya, you can start learning. Tapos, sendan ka po niya ng certificate. So, yun lang po, HIPAA compliance. Ang very tricky part when it comes to getting clients po is on how you will approach them kasi. Because basically, marami na pong agencies din na nag-outreach. Mostly kasi nakikita ko sa emails namin na marami talagang agencies na nag-outreach offering their services. So if the agencies can do that, you can also do it as well. It's free to send a message.
Ay, tsaka ano, kasi
Um,
'di ba very competitive yung work na yan, daming
yes, very
nag-a-apply.
competitive. Yes,
So
very
as a nurse,
competitive.
anong magagawa namin para kami yung matanggap? Kailangan ba namin kumuha ng mga
Mm.
certificate agad? Ano bang
Yes,
dapat lagay sa
para sa akin,
resume?
correct. Para sa akin, it's very important na kumuha kayo ng HIPAA. Ayan,
Tapos
yan,
kunyari
yung
wala
mga
akong
ganyan.
experience, iti-train ba ako ng company, gano'n or
Eh,
dapat